Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Fall 2016 in Art 100, Art Appreciation Online with Melissa Hebert-Johnson. That is me. I'm your instructor, Melissa, for the semester, and what I want to do today is just kind of give you the layout of the land of the course and introductions and instructions for your first day. Okay, so surely this looks familiar. Here's our home page. What you're going to see on the left is basically our navigation options. So hold on a second, let me put this in student view. There we go, that's better. So pretty much this is what you see when you log in. You notice that there's the home page. You won't have this up there. You'll have some stuff coming up. This is sort of like a to-do list sort of thing for the course. It is certainly not the only place you want to look to see what's going on, but it is nice to have there. And a place for any feedback you may receive, that is grades and comments on grades. I'm just going to show you these side menus here. This is the main Canvas menu. This is your account, where you can click on it too. If you would please add a picture. It doesn't have to be even a picture of you. It could be, you know, a picture of a character you like, or your dog or cat or something like that. Just as long as it's nice for me to have a little image to associate with your name, and it actually, believe it or not, helps, even though it's so tiny, it helps me get to know you a little bit better, feel like I know you a little bit better. Your dashboard, which is where you're going to find the sort of landing strip where everything that you're doing that semester, everything you're taking is sort of there in one place. Courses is, when you click this, it's nice, is it pops out all your courses that you're taking, and then you can just click on whichever one you want. Calendar, which is also very nice, where you can, let's see, let's go ahead and click on that. Go ahead and click on the calendar, which is where you can see what's going on in your courses. Now, because I've been teaching here a long time, I have usually have a ton of courses over here. But right now it's just showing me the ones for Art 100. And it should have stuff in the calendar. It does. It tells you when things are due. Ooh, class begins on the 22nd. Looks like Ms. Hebert-Johnson needs to go check on that calendar, make sure this is what it needs to say. And then the really important thing, for me anyway, for my class, on this left-hand menu, the main menu for Canvas is Inbox. Inbox is a great place. Well, I can't do it in student view, but you can check it out on your own. Canvas's Inbox is a great place to communicate. It's actually quite easy. You select compose, you select the class, you select who you want to talk to. There's no need to input an email address or anything. It's really, really nice. So let's go back to our course. And if you'd like, I can give you more of a little tutorial in the inbox later. It's difficult for me to do that because the messages that I receive are obviously sometimes of a very personal nature from other students, so I can't just like show you that page. But in any case, if you have any troubles, do let me know. So this is our home page. There's home, there's the syllabus, right, which is very generic. It's just kind of, but it's the stuff you want to know, right? It's stuff like what's our course objectives, course requirements. This is, of course, the work you're going to do this semester, the grading scale, the textbook. There's also a link under textbook to the online version of our textbook. If you would rather spend a lot less money and use an online version, basically like an online rental or access for the semester, it's only $50 through that link. The downside is you can't use your financial aid because you can only use your financial aid through the bookstore. But if you can swing that $50 on debit card or credit card or something, that might be a good option for you. Tells you when my face-to-face office hours are. You can drop by anytime. You don't need to only see me online. You can come by and stuff like that. But you have lots of time today to look through all that stuff. The other thing I want to show you is the modules. Modules, sound so weird, like what is a module? Well, basically a module is a unit. That is, it's a chunk, right, of stuff. And so for us, modules is a great place to be able to organize bunches of stuff into chunks, which for me are weeks. So I organize our course according to weeks. And so we have a weekly module for each week. But at the top right now is the module called Orientation. And this is your first assignment. This is the first thing you need to do today is go through this orientation very carefully. You may be tempted to skim over it. You may be tempted to skip parts of it. I suggest you do not do that because you are responsible for what's in orientation, for knowing it. It's sort of like an extended syllabus on a bunch of policies and information. Basically, the first few weeks, if you have a question for me and you're thinking about hitting that inbox and emailing me or messaging me, you may think, maybe I should go to that orientation and look first, because I can almost guarantee like 90% of the questions I receive, what I'll be doing is directing you back to a page in the orientation. So save yourself a lot of time and a lot of headache and read the orientation. Now you're thinking, okay, this is long. How am I supposed to remember this? Well, you don't have to. It's just good to get introduced to it on the first day. This orientation actually will stay on this module page, so you can come back to it anytime if you want to know about exams, you want to know about discussions, you want to know about papers, policies. It will just be after the first week. We'll put it at the bottom of the modules page, so it's not in the way of our weekly work. Okay, so this is important for today, modules, orientation. Now, if we click the caret and make that minimize for a second, you'll see our first unit. Now, unit 1 for this week is still locked because it doesn't unlock until 9:30, which is when all our units unlock, 9:30 Monday morning. Okay, and you can read about an orientation, the different parts of a unit, and what you're supposed to do for those. All right, and then just a little brief intro. Assignments are just what it sounds like. All the assignments that you get credit for are listed in here for the semester. Papers, 2 papers, well, has them shown by upcoming assignments. You know, that's convenient, I suppose. It shows you by date, but you know what's more convenient is you go up here to the right and click type, and then you can see, oh, I have 2 papers. I have 5 exams, instead of just looking at every single assignment all together. So you can see what those are. And then what else? We've got discussions, we've got quizzes, we've got grades. These are all discussed in the orientation, so I'm not going to go through all of those. I just wanted to kind of show you that pretty much everything you need is going to be over here. Okay, well, that's it for today. Like I said, please go through the orientation today. That's your big assignment. There is a little quiz at the end of orientation that will help kind of with some of the key questions, making sure that you got some of the really important information up front. Other than that, if you have any questions and it's not answered in the orientation, please feel free to inbox me.